happening. And we are live here today on Facebook. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. I wanted to take some time to talk to you and catch up with you. You haven't seen me that much since last November. I wanted to let you know why I got out of the habit of connecting with you and making videos for you here to consider ways that you could care for yourself, show up for yourself, and support yourself so that you could be your best self in every area of your life. Since the holidays, I worked a lot through the holidays, which is something that usually happens. Some patients have some health goals that we work on all year, so I want to make sure that we accomplish those goals by the end of the year and celebrate those wins. And I find it always, maybe you can relate to this, I find the holidays overwhelming for that reason, to make time for my personal relationships in the mix of my workload. I'm sure we're all juggling with that in this new world, and also adjusting to doing so many things virtually. This past year of 2020 is bleeding into this 2021 of a new virtual landscape for us to connect with the people that we care about most that might not live in our house. As many of my patients and friends, myself, I didn't do the normal holiday travel that I would have chosen to do to visit some out-of-state loved ones. So that was an adjustment too. And then looking forward, this is what I really love to do after the holidays. During some of the holidays, if I take a little time off, and then especially in January, I'm inviting you all to join me in this practice of setting our inner GPS. That's how I like to describe it. So I like to use the time, especially as much of January as I can each year, to evaluate the previous year, to evaluate myself. Where am I at? How am I doing in the most important areas of my life? And this is why I wanted to share with you today this wonderful tool called the Life Wheel, or Balance Wheel, or Wheel of Life. It's been called many things. It's shown up in a number of life coaching training programs, in a number of incarnations. I'm going to give a shout out now to my friend, my colleague, my brother from another mother, my mentor. This is Sean Tiberia's book. So Sean Tiberio, this book he wrote, Fortifying Your Mind. Really, I should not cover up his name with my fingers so you can see. I've enjoyed really learning from him and working with him, and enjoyed his book so much. If you had joined me last April 5th, we had done a really nice interview. I had him speak on his book, because we have many moments in life where we're challenged, where we're under stress, where, like he had experienced being a veteran of the military in military battle, these are time-tested military tactics he outlines in his book, and how he applies them to real life and business outside of the military. So when we are challenged, when we are stressed, we have a choice. How do we show up for ourselves? What can we do to take stock, to get a handle on what we are looking at, what we are experiencing, to get out of our emotionally reactive fight or flight response? And how can we respond in a productive way? How can we find order in the chaos? How can we find some positive action to take and move forward towards solutions? How do we bring ourselves back from this emotional reaction? So there are many ways to do that. I teach a lot about breathing techniques as an example, meditation as an example, yoga practice as an example, as an acupuncturist, acupuncture as an example. I also practice, besides yoga, qigong as well, which is the Chinese medicine form of movement meditation. Qigong, like Tai Chi, for example, is one of the most popular ones. So like yoga from the Ayurvedic East Indian tradition and traditional Chinese medicine in China, we have Qigong. So how do we unify our body, mind, and spirit. How do we come back into our conscious forebrain here? Get out of our emotional reaction, stress response. How do we harness our full self and get clear on where we're at and where it is we want to go? And so that's what this series is about, when we look at how can we set our inner GPS here. How do we self-evaluate where we are right now today? And the life wheel of life, balance wheel, it has a number of names. Actually originated in traditional Chinese medicine. There's some wonderful pictures I'm going to share with you in this post, in these ancient texts that have been passed down for thousands of years in written word for 4,000 years, 8,000 years of wisdom. In traditional Chinese medicine, we have some fun images I'll show you of the life balance wheel. So these quadrants, these things that we can measure, right? What is it important for us to look at in our life? So in other training videos and other toolbox videos for your self-care toolbox, I have talked to you about the 4 pillars of your health and wellness. So evaluating your stress management, evaluating how you're sleeping, evaluating your exercise, and evaluating your diet. So these are the 4 pillars of your health. So like the legs of a chair, the legs of a table, if any of these basic 4 is out of balance, we are weak and we can fall over. When any of them is not working, we'll fall over. So we need to look at those. Those are the primary things that make us capable to do life on a daily basis, our activities of daily living, as they're called in the healthcare industry. So we need to evaluate those. So on a life balance wheel, which I'll give you some templates that you can fill out, you can put whatever it is that you want to measure. There's some great examples I will show you too of other quadrants, other things to measure, other aspects of life to measure too. So the most important thing is you look at what are the basics. Make sure you measure those. So the 4 pillars of health, that's really important. Measure those, because that's going to affect your mental clarity. That's going to affect your performance. That's going to affect how you can show up in life, period. So I invite you to evaluate your 4 pillars first and see, on a scale of 1 to 10, which of those is out of balance? Which of those needs the most work? And then we can make a plan of action, right? We can confront where we are right now. Which one of those is out of balance? Is it stress management? Is it sleep? Is it exercise? Is it diet? Which is out of balance? What's going on? So you can make a plan, because it's all about getting clear so we can take action. Then we can make improvements. So just see which one of those 4 pillars need the most work. Ideally, to make a wheel, one of the fun pictures I want to show you, if you think about the wheels of a bicycle, you can't ride the bicycle if the wheel isn't round. It's going to be really hard for the wheel to turn. You're not going to be able to roll down the street. So it's the same thing with the wheel of life. We really are going for 80%, 8 out of 10 levels of these 4 most important aspects, these 4 pillars of health and wellness. So when we have stress management, when we have sleep, when we have diet, when we have exercise, if any of these are below 80%, it's going to be hard for us to be in a good functioning state of energy, mental clarity, mood. If we don't feel good, it's really hard to show up in our life for ourselves, for our relationships, for our work, for our responsibilities. So I'm really inviting you to use this Wheel of Life map with the templates I will share here with this post. You can print out one of the pictures and you can do your own evaluation of at least these 4 pillars to get started. So here at the beginning of 2021, you can see which of your 4 fundamental pillars of health and wellness is out of balance, so you can make a commitment. And I'm inviting you to make a commitment for at least 3 months, and ideally 6 months. If we really want to get up from a 2 or a 3 or a 0, depending on where we're at right now, right? It takes some time. So the body has its own timeline. So for example, I say 6 months because if you start a new diet, a new exercise plan today, your body has to regenerate you. All your 3 trillion cells, your body has to remake. And for your soft tissue, like your skin, like your muscles, it takes about 6 months. Whenever we do any kind of hormone therapy, when we do labs on hormones like thyroid hormones or sex hormones, when we enter a treatment plan to influence those, we can't see the results on a lab test, usually for at least 3 months. The body takes some time to shift from the positive activities. So I want you to commit for long enough that you can get the improvement that you want, which ideally will be to get to a good level 8 in each of these 4 pillars: in diet, in exercise, in stress management. We want to get up to 80% because we'll be able to have great sleep then. And then vice versa, the great sleep influences our ability to have the willpower, the strength, and the drive to do the habits that are required for us to have this improvement. I really want you to graduate into becoming your own medicine and create your best peak performance. I really would like you to be as healthy as you can, despite any circumstances, despite any stressors, because the bottom line is stress causes inflammation. Inflammation is 60% of the cause of all diseases. When we're stressed, our immune system doesn't work. If we're in a pandemic, we need our immune system to work. The best thing that gets our immune system working at its highest level as it was designed, as the miracle that it is to keep us healthy, is if we're relaxed and happy. I really want to help you be more relaxed and happy. If we take care of our physical body, our mood is taken care of, our stress is released, and our immune system works great. So does our digestion. And then our quality of life is raised in every area of our life. So if you evaluate these 4 pillars with your Wheel of Life map that I'll give you in this post, then you can really be on top of it. You can see where you're at right now, and then you can see where it is you want to go. And that's how you set the trajectory of this inner GPS. Where are we now? And where are we going? And then I can help you make a plan for that. What does that look like? So let's say in your 4 pillars, your exercise is down. Can't go outside. A lot of people have told me, I see a lot of people in clinic, and I also work as an essential worker, not only in my acupuncture clinic, but I also am at the Palisades Pharmaca Integrative Pharmacy 1 day a week so that I can advise my patients that come in to shop there for supplements and herbs, and also help other people as well. I want to be of service. I want to help everybody keep their immune system strong. I want to help healthy people stay healthy. So throughout this whole pandemic, I worked with thousands of people. I worked extra hours through the holidays as well. So I really want to help you stay healthy. So the best way to do that is to help you see yourself clearly. See where you are right now, using a tool like the Wheel of Life to evaluate important aspects of your life so that you can create a plan. See what's low. So if your exercise is low, many patients have told me they used to go to the gym, they can't go to the gym. They're sheltering at home, they're not going outside. They haven't figured out how to exercise at home. So I have two suggestions for you. If you guys do this evaluation and you see your exercise is 0 or 1 with little walks here and there, but not even consistently, let's work on that. The easiest, fastest, most effective way to exercise at home that's the least expensive, least amount of time is using either a vibration plate or a trampoline. Now, a vibration plate is available on Amazon for $80 to $100, and so is a rebounder personal size trampoline. You just need 15 minutes on these devices once a day. It stimulates lymphatic drainage, which detoxes the body. releases inflammation, waste products, inflammatory fluids, which boosts your energy and mental clarity. It de-stresses you as well, get rid of all the stress chemicals. It gets everything moving, relieves pain because it's reducing inflammation, it's raising endorphins. Any type of exercise does that. So it'll stimulate losing weight, it'll stimulate more energy, stimulate more mental clarity, stimulate a better mood in just 15 minutes a day. The vibration plate moves you yourself. It's like a seesaw, teeter-totter that you stand on. It has different settings, different workout routines, but the simplest one is just standing on it, letting the machine do the work. It's the bouncing that gives all your inner organs a massage. Any type of pressure against the body, which you've seen my tapping videos, I recommend the body tapping. This is a great way to stimulate the lymphatic drainage, which reduces inflammation, which is 60% the cause of all disease. So if you don't want to be at risk for any viruses, bacteria, anything that can come into your world as exposure, which we can't hand sanitize every bug in the world. We need to boost our immune system to be strong. There's been 306 epidemics over the last 2,000 years. In China, they've all been treated with lifestyle practices like the self-acupressure massage, which stimulates lymphatic draining. Doing this over your whole body, even just for 5 minutes once a day, can make such a difference to your level of energy from reducing that dangerous inflammation, the waste products of your cells. You don't have electrical conduction when you have all that inflammation and waste products in your body, which zaps your energy. So it turns your body on, gets rid of the junk, drives it out. So this is one of the things that you can do for yourself that's nice and easy to boost up your exercise, boost up your physical body, energy, and health. Very simple. On my YouTube channel, you'll see the tapping videos. I made the tapping videos as a Facebook Live video in this last year of 2020, because it's a 5-minute practice that can really change your life. Same with the vibration plate, same with the rebounder trampoline, just 15 minutes. A passive exercise with the vibration plate bouncing you, or 15 minutes of the trampoline. And there's different trampoline routines. I like to call it tram dancing, okay? Because you can play just one of your favorite songs, even if you just did the trampoline jump dancing for 5 minutes. It can change your mood, your energy, really turn things around, jumpstart your body. So it's an easy way to pick up a new habit, because after you do this wonderful Wheel of Life evaluation of the 4 pillars of your health, the sleep, the exercise, the diet, the stress management, and you notice something like exercise is low, you can have a plan like I just shared with you. What is an easy way for you to create a new habit in your life? Kindly, over a 6-week period. It takes 6 weeks to make a new habit. First 2 weeks is always annoying and frustrating because we'll drop the ball. We'll get distracted, overwhelmed, we'll drop the habit, we won't keep it up. And that's all okay. That's part of the human experience. Don't beat yourself up for being human. Let's make friends with it. It's the way it is. So you take 2 weeks to figure out when you do these things. Is it first thing in the morning before you do anything else? Is it after lunch, 5 to 15-minute break? Because you get tired in the afternoon after lunch and you still have things you need to do and people you need to deal with and responsibilities you have to handle. Maybe it's a 5 or 15-minute break to do some body tapping, to get on a vibration plate, to jump on a rebounder trampoline. Maybe that's where it starts. To lift up your physical exercise, that's one of the primary 4 pillars that supports your fundamental health and wellness here. So you get to create a plan. Once you're clear on which of your 4 pillars is low. So like if sleep is low, you can look at something like sleep hygiene. I invite you to Google sleep hygiene. The rituals, the practices, the habits that you do the 2 hours before you want to be asleep on your pillow, to tell your body and train your body like a very cute dog, like a puppy, like a pet. That's your body. And it just needs to be trained with the sleep hygiene To understand that you go to bed at this time every night and it needs 2 hours to make the amounts of melatonin that you need to fall asleep and stay asleep. So maybe your 4-pillar life wheel map evaluation shows, oh, my sleep. I have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. Maybe I sleep 4 hours, 6 hours. It's erratic. I don't go to bed at the same time. And you know what? That makes us moody, right? That's no fun, not having any sleep. Our energy, our mental clarity, our memory, our mood, everything is affected by that. That's why it's one of the 4 pillars. Sleep is very important. So if your sleep is low, on a scale of 0 to 10, if the sleep's lower than an 8, I invite you to Google sleep hygiene. What are some of the rituals you can do the 2 hours before you fall asleep or stay asleep? And that can be things like dimming the lights, things like aromatherapy. When you look at lavender, when you look at rose, when you look at frankincense, aromatherapy, those relax the nervous system. So like a beautiful puppy, we can train our body to recognize when we smell those aromatherapy scents, when we dim the lights. Oh, and this happens every night at 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Our pineal gland between our eyebrows will read the light levels and know, hey, it's time to stimulate making serotonin. We're going to go to sleep in 2 hours. All right. We're going to turn that on. So sleep hygiene habits, those are a couple of them. You can learn more by Googling them. Of course, you can always contact me for more questions. It can really help you reset your circadian rhythm so your body understands you're going to go to bed at this time every night. Your body's going to de-stress. It's going to start making melatonin. It's going to remember, oh, every time I smell lavender, frankincense, or rose, that's when I calm my nervous system, let go of the stress of the day, start to unwind so that I'll be able to go to sleep. Read the dim light levels so the melatonin will be made by the pineal gland between our eyebrows. So I really invite you to see where you're at with these 4 pillars. And then what's so wonderful about this wheel of life is we can change the quadrants and we can measure other things. So besides our fundamental 4 pillars of health and wellness, we can also put on our own custom wheel of life other areas that are fundamentally important to measure in our life. So you'll see those in the pictures I'll share in this post. I'm going to give you some ideas of some of the other very important aspects of life. You'll see in the description of this post and on the pictures I share with you of different incarnations, different versions of the wheel of life. So you may have remembered too, I've also shared some information about the 4 states of being. This was really huge for me. This was a life changer in 2010 to learn about the 4 states of being. To understand there was only 4 states of being I could be in at any given time. So we have the mental state, we have the emotional state, we have the physical body state, and we have the spiritual state. That's it. And we're just cycling between those 4 all day long. So same idea with the 4 pillars of health and wellness. Are any of these states on a scale of 0 to 10 low? Again, like another wheel of our life's bicycle, if we don't have this 4 states wheel round, at least around an 8 in all these areas, it's going to be hard to roll down the street on our road of life here. It's going to be bumpy. It's going to take a lot of work to try to roll a wheel that's not round down the road on our bicycle here of life that we're on. So in these 4 states, mental, emotional, physical body, and spiritual, I invite you to rate those on another wheel of life map. So you can take the blank template map and you can make these different quadrants that you'll see in the example pictures that I share in this post. So you can see which one's low, because again, that will show you where you're at right now. And if your goal is to get up to an 8 in these 4 areas, then you can make a plan. So you can set your inner GPS today by self-evaluating where you're at in these 4 states. And then you can make a plan over the next 6 months. How can you raise the lowest one? What does that look like for you? So this is very important too within the 4 states, because if you get stuck in any one of them, any one is too low, they kind of suck you in and you get stuck in that one all the time. So if you are really emotional, the way to break out of being stuck in these big emotions that are very overwhelming, that considering our circumstances, it could be overwhelming emotional state of fear or anxiety is very popular. That's what most of my patients come to me asking for help with. If you find yourself living in more of a constant state of fear and anxiety, or frustration is another one. So the fear, anxiety, frustration, I had this come to me the other day. I hope this entertains you. It can be very common to vacillate, to go back and forth from sad and angry. So from depressed and frustrated, sick of the challenges that we've been dealing with. So this sad and angry cycle gets really old. It's emotionally exhausting to keep flip-flopping back and forth from sad and angry. So the joke that I came up the other day to make it lighter, get a handle on it, take it back for myself, was what if we made sad, angry, sangry into sangria? How to party with it? How can we make it light? So the way to make it light, the way to harness it, the way to embrace it, it's the same concept of making lemonade out of lemons, right? How can I make these challenges work for me? How can I become better for them? What can I let them do to change me for the better? If I see that I'm sad and angry, okay, how can I embrace it and how can I help myself? So if we're stuck in an emotional state, we can make that sad and angry sangria into sangria by switching to one of the other 4 states of being. So if I find myself emotional a lot, then I can go into a different state. So instead of staying in the emotions, I can switch out of emotions and I can go into a mental activity. I can go into studying, learning, reading, taking action, making a plan. Facts kill fear. So if we want to stop the fear emotion, we can research, we can get some facts, so we can make some informed decisions, we can make a plan. So that's part of this whole invitation to take this wheel of life to evaluate what are the areas of life that are making you feel sad or angry or frustrated or anxious. If we evaluate those with a tool like this, we can come up with a clear picture of where we are and come up with a plan of action, do some research, get some facts, get some tools. So I'd love to give you the handbook for where you're at right now. The handbook for your body, mind, and spirit. Where are you at? A tool like the Wheel of Life you can use to evaluate different aspects of your life so that you can get clear on where you're at, clear on where you're going, and make a plan, a doable plan that involves action steps. So what are the habits that I'll do each day when I find myself getting emotionally stuck in fear, anxiety, frustration, anger, whatever it is? Okay, what are the habits that I'll do in a mental state? I have 3 other states of being to choose from. I have my mental state, my physical state, or my spiritual state. So if I'm stuck in emotions that are overwhelming, shutting me down, making me emotionally reactive, what is a habit that I can do? So this Wheel of Life mapping is a wonderful mental state. How can I get a clear evaluation of where I'm at in my life and create a plan of action? What are the new habits that I can do? So one of the mental state activities is self-evaluation with a tool like this Wheel of Life map. What does that look like? If I have a clear plan of action, I start taking action, I can feel empowered. I can feel clear and empowered. I have a destination now, and I have action steps to take me there. So I can start to diffuse the fear, overwhelm, anxiety, the sad and angry, sangry. I can make it light. I can now enjoy the process of breaking myself free out of my emotional stuckness with these 3 other state activities. So a mental activity of self-evaluation, studying, getting new tools like this, new self-care tools. These mind body mastery tools. How can I learn some tools to help myself in a mental activity? Then part of practicing the tools, once I have some tools, some state change tools, so with the spiritual state, I can do meditation, I can do yoga, I can commune with nature too. I have some things that I can do. So I don't have to stay emotionally stuck. I can do a mental activity like this Wheel of Life, self-evaluation tool. I can learn other tools. I can do a physical state activity, get outside in the sunshine. I can take a hike in a big park. The nature resets my nervous system. The sunshine kills any pathogens too. It also detoxes me and energizes me. And the physical movement breaks me out of being in my head and in my emotions stuck. So we have some choices. What is it going to be? The vibration plate, the body tapping, rebound and trampoline, getting outside for a walk, anything that you enjoy as a physical activity that moves your body, you get to choose. Choose. And just do it if you feel stuck in those emotions. You can change your state at will as needed. Break yourself free. So this is the invitation today to do this evaluation. See which area of your life is low. We talked about the 4 pillars of your health and wellness: your sleep, your stress management, your exercise, your diet. One thing to evaluate. Besides the 4 pillars of health and wellness, you can evaluate your 4 states of being: your mental state, emotional state, physical state, and your spiritual state. Are any of these low? Do you get stuck in any of these often? Ideally, we are cycling through these all day long with ease, not getting stuck in any one of them. So sometimes with all of the fear and anxiety, our mental state gets stuck. We have 80,000 thoughts a day is the research estimate. The problem with those 80,000 thoughts, a lot of them are the same, but it's not just that they're the same is the problem. The same negative thoughts is really the problem. So we can get stuck in these cycles. It's called a neural net. It's a habitual way of thinking that creates emotions. And the emotions create a physiological effect. They stimulate our body to make certain levels of neurotransmitters and hormones and stress chemicals. So if we notice that we're stuck in this mental activity state of rehashing negative thoughts, then that's something to evaluate on our scale of 0 to 10 in this life wheel exercise I'm inviting you to join in. So you can see if you get stuck there often with these negative thoughts and they're creating these negative emotions you get stuck in, and that's dragging you down to maybe a 0 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, maybe you're at a 3 with your mental state or emotional state, then that's something you can work on. You can take action, make a plan to help yourself build in some new habits into your daily life to break you free of that habit of those repetitive negative thoughts that create those feelings that are creating this physiological effect that's also negative too. So you can break yourself free. So if you're stuck in the ruminating, overthinking about negative thoughts, then you can choose a physical activity like we talked about, some ideas of the vibration plate, the trampoline, nature walk. There are many videos, laughter yoga videos, breathing technique videos, yoga videos. What can you do wherever you're at, even if you're trapped in your house, to help yourself? I've shared a number of stretch videos, some very simple practices you can do at home anywhere in a small space. I use my own little living room area here to show you in those videos you don't need a lot of space to do some self-care for yourself, to break yourself out of being stuck in emotions and stuck in negative thought patterns. So it's up to us to look at these four states. If we notice we're being stuck in any one of them, how can we use the other states to break us free of whichever ones we're stuck in? So same idea. If we're stuck in a physical state of pain, which will happen from all of the Zoom meetings and Netflix watching and not moving, when the body doesn't move, the body hurts. We'll never be healthy if we don't move. So that's one place to look at. So lack of energy, being in pain, if that is a number on your scale of 0 to 10, 0 being the worst, if you're at a 0, 1, 2, or 3 in the physical body department here, then what is a habit? What is one habit that you can incorporate in your life each day? How can you use the other 3 states to get you unlocked? So the less we move, the less we want to move. So if we commit to, over the next 6 weeks, getting one new habit that we enjoy, some way that we like to move more, and also work on the other states too. It's not just the movement that'll help to alleviate the physical body pain, but again, if we stay busy feeding our spirituality, feeding our mental state with what we're looking at, thinking about, this is where personal development comes in. Do you start your day in a way in which sets a positive mindset for yourself that sets the tone of the day? When does that happen for you? At the beginning of the day, at the end of the day? I like to do mine at the beginning of the day. I'm very committed now since, I would say, April of 2017. I start my day on the right foot on purpose with intent to set a positive mindset for myself. I do personal development first thing in the morning. So do you do that? Do you have a habit of that? It's something to think about. Do you spend some portion of the day working on your mindset, your mental state? Are you listening to someone that inspires you? Does someone have a different point of view? Do you choose mentors? I like to choose, again, one of my rituals in January, I like to choose a mentor that I will study. A good example, to me, a mentor is defined as someone who's living the life that I want. And it's not just materially success-oriented. I'm really not that interested or impressed with somebody who just has a lot of material wealth and has no decent personal relationships and no physical health and wellness, mental health and wellness. That doesn't really mean anything to me if you don't have those other aspects going here. So who's living the life that you want? Who's a great example of someone that is happy, healthy, and whole and enjoying their life? So in addition to being materially successful, who is an example? Someone who is an author, teacher, trainer, who is an example? Someone that has had successful personal relationships, happy, healthy, whole relationship with their spouse, with their children, with their family, with good friends, and also had a successful career that was fulfilling and made a positive contribution to society. Who is that? So I look at people like Tony Robbins. I look at people like his mentor. I had started this year, I chose. It's been really fun to dive into Jim Rohn. So he's no longer with us, but his teachings are. And this is all available to us on this internet superhighway. We can do a search and we can start to listen to and read the work of inspiring people. So people like Florence Scovel Shinn, people like Catherine Ponder, who's the author of the Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. It's a big favorite book of mine. What is it we're going to fill ourselves with? So our mental state of study, what are we studying? And how does that relate to our spiritual state? So how is that programming us, opening our minds, giving us a different perspective on us, on life, on ourselves? This is what we can do. If we got stuck in a physical pain state, we can lift ourselves up with our mental and spiritual state anytime we choose. So if you're stuck in any one of these 4 pillars, if the score is low on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, what is a daily habit you can add over the next 6 weeks to help you improve in one of those areas? That's the invitation of this Wheel of Life exercise. So you can evaluate, take some time now in January. So it's January 27th. And I wanted to start making these videos again and making these invitations to you and giving you some support and checking in with you and how you're doing and see how I can support you and share with me what I have been doing since the last video I made, I believe, was the middle of November of last year. To take stock, to evaluate where you're at. See where you are right now so that you can set your inner GPS between where we are now and where we want to go. What areas that need help, support, improvement in our lives. We can do this now. I actually prefer Chinese New Year, so I started these videos now because Chinese New Year is always at the end of February. Well, actually, I'm sorry, the end of January, early February. This year it's on February 12th. I really like the Chinese New Year is on February 12th because I have time. I have time all January after the just whirlwind of the holidays from Thanksgiving through New Year's to coming back into the new year and doing this introspective work, taking stock, because that's part of what the natural law is in traditional Chinese medicine if we follow nature as a guide. The winter is the time for us to be introspective, to go inward, to stay cozy and home. It's been really cold here lately. I know it's all relative, the cold, and I was a kid in Chicago, so it never really gets cold here in Southern California. However, I have been here a number of years. I moved here in 2003, so it's been 18 years I've been here. And frankly, my blood is thin, and it's been extra cold for me lately. It's a big deal in Southern California when it gets below 47 degrees. That's like, wow, that's mind-blowing. So the winter is a great time for us to stay cozy. Take some quiet time to do this introspective work. So we can evaluate where we're at right now, get clear about where we're going, and set this inner GPS for the whole year. So I like the Chinese New Year is February 12th. And so I have some time throughout the whole month of January to really start my year with my plan, right? My plan of action, what my habits are, what it is that I will commit to doing for the next 6 months of this new year, 2021, to raise my scores in the areas that are low from doing this Wheel of Life evaluation exercise. So I invite you to do that with me. I invite you to ask any questions about it. I invite you to please share. What did you find were your lowest scores? Tell me which of these Wheel of Life examples I share and templates that you like the best. Which one did you use that you like the best? So I've done a lot of research on finding these different templates. I've done a lot of research on measuring different aspects of life, anywhere from the 2 sets of 4 that I shared today to evaluating 8, 10, 14 aspects of life you'll see on the pictures that I share with you in this post in the comments. I want to give you some different ideas of how you can evaluate where you're at today so that you can get clear. What are the areas of your life that need support, that need help? How can you help yourself, show up for yourself? What are the new habits you will commit to for the next 6 months to change your life for the better? That's the question today. And this is a fun tool that I hope you will enjoy using and also feel very empowered by using it as much as I have. It's become a favorite of mine, and I have brought up my friend Sean Tiberio in his book, in his retreat workshops. He brought up the Wheel of Life, and I had done it for the first time with him, actually, in March of last year, I believe. And so this is a wonderful opportunity for you, if you don't know about it already, Or if you've done the Wheel of Life before, but maybe you didn't do these different incarnations, versions of it, or looked at these different sides of your life that I'll share in my examples, you have the opportunity to do that now. And then you can work up with me to launch yourself. Let's take this next really 3 weeks to look at where are we at and where are we going to build up to the Chinese New Year, launch for ourselves with our new habits, our plan, and clarity. And so as a process of that, I had done a wonderful interview with my friend Mara Liz on Monday, another little video. I'm also going to be doing a class within her 5-day transformational experience on Saturday, January 30th at 6 p.m. this Saturday. I'm going to talk about the 5-element architecture of being human. I like to give my patients the handbook for their body, mind, and spirit. Get as clear as possible about who they are and what their nature is and how to work with it instead of being a victim of it most of the time. Until we get our handbook, we don't understand who we are, what we're dealing with, and we can work against ourselves and we can create a lot of suffering and make things more difficult than they need to be. So I like to do what I can to help people certainly not have as much confusion and suffering like I did for a number of years. I really want to do everything I can to help you become your own medicine, to really get clear on who you are, your own nature, how you can support yourself, how you best can show up for yourself so that you can live your best life, be your best self. I like to call it being in the driver's seat of your health and wellness of your life long term. So I'll do a class on the Saturday, this Saturday, January 30th, with the wonderful Mara Liz and her 5-day transformational experience. And I'll be sharing some more videos with you like this, leading up to our new personal launch for the New Year, Chinese New Year, on February 12th. So I invite you to ask me any questions and stay in touch and go on this wonderful journey to see what it is that you can create for yourself this year. Let's find out. Let's find out how much we can grow, how much we can improve our life, how far along on our road, on our GPS map we can get. Let's find out. So I appreciate your time today, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week of this last week of January, going into February on next Monday. And let's make this wonderful transition together. So let me know what you think of these Wheel of Life templates, which one you like best, what you learn, what are your lowest scores in different aspects, and how I can help you make a plan of attack to improve them over the next 6 months so you can enjoy some wonderful results. So until our next video, thank you and have a wonderful Wednesday. All right, bye everybody.